welcome back to my channel. I'm Sarah and I'm going to be filming a reading vlog this week. It's currently Monday afternoon. I have been in the biggest reading slump the last few days. I've started and put down like 6 or 7 different books and nothing hold my interest, and I was getting very discouraged because you hate being in a reading slump. It's literally the worst when you're an avid reader. I finally found a book that is holding my interest, thank God. And so I'm reading The Housemaid by Freida McFadden on my Kindle, and I'm really liking it so far. I am only 68 pages in, which is 22%, and it's really creepy and weird. So if you didn't know, it is a thriller on Kindle Unlimited about this girl named Millie who gets hired by a woman named Nina to be her housemaid, and I'm not too far into the story yet, but weird stuff is going to happen, I assume, and it is really eerie so far, and I hate one of the characters already, like, so much. So yeah, I'm gonna keep reading The Housemaid, and today when I'm filming this, the second book in the Housemaid like series came out, and I'm so excited now because it's the perfect time to start the book. So I'm gonna keep reading, and if I like it, maybe I'll read the next one whenever I finish. So yeah, I'm gonna keep reading The Housemaid, and I'll update you when I have more thoughts. So it's a few hours later, and I finished The Housemaid on my Kindle, and oh my god, it was so good. It is totally worth the hype. I absolutely loved it. I thought it was so crazy. I did, however, guess one of the main twists pretty early on. I was like, this is sort of obvious. But then I really liked where it like went from there, and I thought it was so fun. I really like how it ended as well, and I like the setup for the sequel, which came out today. So I'm gonna read it soon, if not tomorrow. I don't know. But yeah, I thought it was so good. I just love a twisty-turny little adventure, you know? It was the perfect book to get me out of a reading slump. Like, for the last 3 days, I could not read more than 30 pages. I was getting sick of every book. This book was such a fun ride. If you love fast-paced, short chapter, salacious thrillers, I really recommend this. I feel like I'm the only person who hasn't read it yet because it's so popular in the thriller space, but it's so worth it. I really recommend. I gave it a 4.5 out of 5 stars. But yeah, it's like 10 p.m. right now. It is my bedtime. I'll check back in tomorrow with what I'm reading. I don't know if I'm going to continue the series right now or if I'm going to pick a new book, but I'm really excited to keep reading this week because my reading week was off to a fantastic start. So yeah, I'll check back in tomorrow when I have another update. So it's now Wednesday, and I didn't check in yesterday because I was in more of a watching mood than a reading mood. I watched so much Pretty Little Liars, and I watched Knock at the Cabin, which is based off of Cabin at the End of the World by Paul Tremblay, and I liked that book, but I loved the movie. Oh my god, I love the movie. But that's not what we're here to talk about. I did start an audiobook yesterday. I started The Other Black Girl by Zakiya Dalila Harris, and I am really liking it so far. I am 20% through the audiobook. So this book is about Nella, who works in a publishing house in New York City, and she's the only black employee at the firm. And one day Hazel starts working, she's another black woman, and somehow it turns into a thriller, and I don't know how yet. I don't really know much about the plot. I never really look into plots before I read, really, so I don't know what's gonna go down, but I think it's really interesting so far, and I'm so excited to finish. I'm gonna go clean my house, and I'm going to listen to the audiobook while I clean and hopefully get a good ways through. Also, I am in the mood to like read, and I think I'm gonna start The Kind Worth Killing by Peter Swanson. Again, I don't know anything about this book, but I'm pretty sure the sequel just came out, and I'm excited. I've heard this is pretty good. So this seems like it's about a man named Ted and a woman named Lily who meet on a flight, and Ted jokingly says that he wants to kill his wife, but then it turns out not to be a joke, and Lily helps him out, I guess. But yeah, this sounds super interesting, and I will update you when I start this or get further into The Other Black Girl. It's a few days later and I just finished The Other Black Girl on audiobook and I did not like it. I gave it a 2-star. I think it had a lot of potential to be good, but it just wasn't. I thought the pacing was so bad. Like, it was such a slow book, and then like the twist, the ending was like so short. I would imagine it was like 30 pages. It was like 5 minutes of the audiobook. Like the last tiny bit was the twist. It was so drawn out, and we had different POVs that I just did not think needed to be in the book. I think it's ironic that the book is about a book editor and the book's editing was so bad. The twist ending was bad and disrespectful, sort of. I read a bunch of reviews and watched TikToks, and a bunch of people agree that the ending was weird. Anyways, that aside, I am still in the beginning of The Kind Worth Killing. I am only 45 pages through, because this one, again, is sort of slow to me. I think I'm just like in a little reading rut. I was in a slump, and then The Housemaid got me out of that slump with that book. But then The Other Black Girl and this book are just putting me to sleep. This premise seems super good, and I like what I've read so far in the 45 pages, but oh my god, I think it's so slow. I think it'll ramp up. I'm really hoping for that. The book is alternating POVs from Lily and Ted, and I like Lily's POV more because her reasons for wanting to kill people, I think, are valid. Ted's reason to want to kill his wife is because his wife cheated on him. I just don't like that. Get a divorce. You don't have to murder her. I just don't love male POVs unless it's romance. I'll have to read more and let you know my thoughts when I have more thoughts. It's a few days later, and I did finish A Kind Worth Killing about 2 nights ago. I just have not had the time to film. After the first big plot twist, I was hooked. I did not see that coming, and I didn't expect this book to go in that direction. I just thought it was so good. Before the big twist, I was a little interested. I thought it was slow. I thought it was a bit boring. But after that twist, I loved it. I thought it was original. I thought it was surprising. It caught me off guard so much. I gasped out loud. I really ended up enjoying this. If you want a fast-paced thriller that is just twisty and turny, then I really recommend this book. I thought it was such a fun ride, and it blew away my expectations. I thought this was going to be sort of boring, which I don't know why I bought it if I thought it was going to be boring, but I did, and it blew me away. I thought it was phenomenal. I give it a 4-star, but I'm thinking about making it be a 4.5 just because I can't stop thinking about it and how much fun I had with this book. So yeah, that's it for this week's vlog. I had a lot of fun with these books. I thought it was such a fun little time. I didn't read as much as I'd like to, but 2 out of the 3 that I've read I absolutely adored. So I'm pretty happy with this week's reading, and yeah, overall a successful week for me. But yeah, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye!